Hi everybody, today I filmed a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing on my eyes right now. If you can't see, it's kind of a really bright pop of almost like a baby blue or a periwinkle blue on the lower waterline and lower lash line and a little bit in the inner corner too. So if you want to see what I did, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so hopefully this will be a fairly quick tutorial since I didn't use too many products, but since I am using really bright colors, I made sure to prime my eye using my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. And I applied that from my lash line all the way up to my brow. And then I'm going to take a little bit more on the doe foot applicator and tap it on that outer edge of my lower lash line and blend it the rest of the way with my finger, since we're going to be putting a really bright blue color down there. And the product I'm using first is my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Pacific, which looks like that. It's a really pretty color. It's almost like just a bright sky blue, and I'm going to be applying this to my waterline. If you are feeling a little iffy about this, you can totally use a different product. You can use an eyeliner, or even an eyeliner topped with an eyeshadow that kind of is a similar color. Yeah, it doesn't actually say on the pencil if it's meant for the waterline or not, but I don't have any issues with it whatsoever, but you just want to be aware. Maybe try it out before you actually wear it. It doesn't irritate my eyes. So I just applied that into my lower waterline and then kind of brushed it a little bit farther down, and I'm applying it straight from the pencil. You can use a brush if you want to, but I want the color to be really intense. So I did apply a little bit in that inner corner on my upper lid, but I stopped shy of a third of the way in because you don't want the look to become overwhelmingly blue. You just want a little bit of a pop of color in there. And I'm going to take my finger and just kind of soften everything and blend it out a little bit. You can use a brush for this step as well, but like I said, sometimes I just think it's easier to use my finger instead of dirtying a brush. Then I'm going to reach for a shimmery brown eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Tempting by MAC, which is one of my favorite eyeshadows from MAC. It's just kind of a shimmery brown. It's not too warm, but it does have some warmth to it, which I think complements this really cool sky blue really nicely. And I'm just going to be careful while I'm patting that on so I don't get any fallout. It's very, it's not heavy shimmer, but it definitely does have some sparkles going on. So I'm just going to press that in to start all over my lid. And I'm using an E60 large shader brush from Sigma, by the way. And then I'm going to reach for an E40 to blend this color out after I've patted it all over my lid and kind of brought it up. You can kind of see I brought it up to meet my crease. And don't be afraid to tap some of that color kind of over the blue just to blend the two colors. You want a nice, soft, easy blend between the bright blue and that warm brown. Then taking my E40 tapered blending brush, just going to go lightly around my lid color. The nice thing about this color is it almost looks a little bit darker when you bring it up into the crease, so it almost looks like you're using more than one color. You can clean the brush a little bit and then kind of sweep it a tiny bit in between the blue and the brown, so that's a nice even blend. Then I'll be using Espresso by MAC on an E25 blending brush from Sigma, and basically very quickly just going to sweep that into the outer crease in like a V motion just to deepen that area. You don't have to do this. Again, like I said, the first shadow I used kind of has that effect on its own. Okay, this is an E30 pencil brush and my NARS Galapagos eyeshadow. This is a single eyeshadow. It's really pretty. It's just a very warm, almost like a cocoa brown, and it has golden shimmer running through it. You don't have to use a shadow exactly like this, just anything. You could even use something similar to Espresso. Again, just switch up your brush to a smaller brush and you'll get a similar effect. So you don't have to use the same exact colors. I just really like this shadow and kind of wanted to get some use out of it in a tutorial. So I'm using my E30 pencil brush to feather some of that color into the outer third of my eyelid, just like that. You can even bring it in along the upper lash line as kind of a subtle liner if you wanted to. Then I'm going to go back and blend everything out one more time, just really softly. And now we're going to do a little bit more with the blue colors on the lower lash line. I just wiped off that same tapered blending E40 brush that I just used, just to make sure there weren't any traces of brown on it because I want to use it to highlight as well. And I'm using this color, which is Mylar. which is a really pretty creamy highlight shade. You just want to use anything that is a few shades lighter than your skin tone. This is just a really, I don't know, it's like the perfect highlight shade. I love this one. And I want to apply that to my brow really quickly. And then also, I want to make sure when I go down to finish my lower lash line with a little bit of blue shadow, I want to make sure that it doesn't grab on too much in this inner corner. We want to keep that looking nice and bright. So I'm going to apply some more of Mylar with that really fluffy brush, just to make sure the blue eyeshadow, again, doesn't grab on there and look too dark. And it's also just kind of serves as an inner corner highlight, of course. You can even use it to blend out those colors in the inner corner. This is Winkle by MAC, so hence the name. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of a periwinkle blue, I would say. This is an E55. You can use whatever, any kind of like tinier, fluffier brush. And you want to make sure you don't go overboard with this because we don't want to darken that bright blue too much, but this is just going to help to set it and make sure it kind of stays in place in the waterline. I find that these NYX Jumbo eye pencils actually do stay pretty well. They have some nice lasting power. This is just going to help to lock it in place and also make the color a little bit more vibrant. This is my Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner in black. I love this eyeliner. It's amazing for just making a really thin, precise line. I actually use this for doing like more dramatic winged outliner as well. But yeah, I guess it's pretty versatile. It's really nice. And it's very, very black, which is perfect for this look. I think that you could go with like a brown liner if you wanted to, or just nothing at all. But I just wanted a really thin line just to kind of set off the colors. Almost like a microscopic little flick like that at the very end of my lash line where my upper lid and lower lids meet. And then filling in any gaps. And I'm going to stop before I go overboard with that, and that's a mascara. I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion Mascara in Very Black. And this is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. It's just kind of like an old standby that I know I can always use, and it will just look nice. There's some kind of crazy shenanigans going on outside my house right now. I don't know who these people are, but they're making a lot of noise. Anyway, what are you? Who are you? I just want to make a mention really quickly. I think I mentioned this in the tutorial, but I can't stress it enough. You want to make sure that you top this. If you're using this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Pacific, you want to make sure you top it with a powder eyeshadow of a similar color, just because it's going to kind of lock it into place, and it's really, really creamy, so you know, you want to make sure that it's not going to smudge or anything like that. I just want to make sure if you go to try this look, you get the best results. So I want to make sure I mention that again. So on my lips, I'm wearing my MAC Luster Glass in Love Nectar, which I love. The rest of my face, I just did really natural colors. This is kind of like a peachy golden, yeah, gloss. And on my cheeks, I used my large angle contour brush and a little bit of Peachy Keen blush by MAC, which just looks like, yeah, looks like that. If you have NARS Orgasm Blush, it's very, very similar, so you can use that if you have that one. I love this color so much, but I really feel like it kind of comes across as, I mean, it's called Peachy Keen, but I feel like it doesn't look that peach to me. It's more of like a really bright pink. Anyway, on top of that, I used my Laura Mercier Peach Mosaic Shimmer Black, and I just took a little bit of this color right here, the pink, and kind of just dusted that on over top of the blush. And I can see I'm losing my lighting pretty quickly here. So that's it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.